trail coming. Now, I know what you're probably thinking. The mic quality is awful. And it is, so I've got a new mic and a new cable coming. Bear with me, that will be remedied in the next couple of days. So, I thought today, do quite a simple video. And talking about how I'm getting on with some of the mods that I've been making to the bike over the last few months. She's desperate to race me, I can tell. Sorry, old lady. I guess the first thing that I did to this bike was putting on the air filter and the RLNS pipes. And you know, I love them. I absolutely love them. There are a few, as I said in like the videos before this, there are a few challenges with them. Like the pipes are quite low and they have a chance of dragging, but they just sound great. There's not many other pipes that are around like this. Most people go with the Vance and Hines, and I wanted something a little bit different, and I just love it. I really like it. I like the wrap too. It's holding up alright. It's had it on for a year or so now. Tank, so much better with a 3.3 gallon. So let's have a look. Let's go around this way. So I've been saying that one of the problems with this tank is the size of the opening. Let me show you what I mean. Sorry guys, you're not going to be able to see this. The secret pin. Ah, god damn it. Even then, bit of fuel on the tank. Try not to overfill it, because when you go around a corner, it slops inside the tank, and guess what? It all comes out the breather hole. My ass crack is hanging out. Oh. So I think today it's not supposed to rain. So we're going to go to the Harley Davidson store in Oxford. See some of the guys there. Have a look around some of the bikes. So yeah, like I was saying, I mean this tank, oh there you go, look, it's piss petrol already all over the tank. So to be honest, that is one of the challenges with this particular model, but it's okay. I mean, you know, I just wash it when I get back, and if I need to, I'll just use a little bit of T-cut, just a tiny little bit, just to bring the sheen of the tank back. So what else did I do? My latest video, one of the latest, was putting on these Motor Gadget grips and indicators, and I love these so much. They are just awesome. Let's just sneak to the front. So probably one of the things that I've done that I'm not happy with, and I'm going to change up, is the headlight guard that I put on. So I put on it's actually a rip-off of a Rough Crafts black aluminium grille, and it's okay, but it is starting to fade a little bit. The black is starting to fade, but I've just decided I don't really like that style, and I want to go with something a little different. I've got a lot of black going on this bike, and frankly I'd like to put just a little more chrome on it to balance it out a little bit. So I've been, for the last week and a half or so, I've been in the States, and what I noticed there is that when you're riding in the States and you see another biker, there's this universal and worldwide recognition, obviously, of other bikers, right? And what do you do in the US? Well, you do this. You kind of pull the V sign and stick it by your side. But we don't do that in the UK, and it got me thinking. And I don't know this for a fact, but I guess the only reason that we do the nod in the UK rather than, here we go, let's try it here, let's test it. Fucking sports bike riders, see. Not cool enough. But the reason that we do the nod is because we obviously ride on the left hand side of the road rather than the right. So the other side of the road is on our right rather than on our left. And we've got our throttle hand on the right hand. So if we were to do a V, we'd have to take our hand off the throttle, which is less than ideal. Oh, bridge. I'm not in a moped. Sorry, son. Take your test. No, I'm not. It's quite political, this whole nodding thing, now that I come to think about it. So while I was out in the US, I was on holiday, vacation, went to New York and Boston and a few other places, and I was missing the bike, I'll be honest, and so I went on a bit of a spending splurge. So this is where I bought the RSD bezel for the front headlight, the Daymaker. I've also got, so I've fitted these Motor Gadget lights, and because I like them so much, I've been just trying to work out what to do on the back. Got a hole. And after a lot of debating, I've decided that I'm going to replace the stock brake light and indicators, the kind of old style ones at the back. And I've gone with the Motor Gadget ice indicators, which are kind of like, they look a bit like icicles, and then the light travels up through the indicator, so you don't actually see the bulb. The bulb is like built into the base and then it travels up through. So I've got those going on the back. Now they are indicators only, and probably about a month ago actually, on a whim on eBay, I bought one of the tail lights. They're quite cheap, they're like about £12, and they sit underneath the mudguard. And now that I've removed with my side plate all of the lighting and the plastic, I can fit that. So I'm going to have that as my rear light. I'm then going to have the Motor Gadget indicators on the side. So I think it'll kind of change the look quite a bit. I hope it looks okay. So I've got those to fit. I've got the light to do, and let's open her up. And then of course I've got these crappy old pegs need to go. I've got my Harley pegs and shifter all good to go on. Oh, and of course the other change that I made to the bike, which I haven't mentioned, is this leather seat, which is holding up really, really well. The leather is brilliant. It's not degrading in any way. It's just getting a nice sort of aged look to it. I'm trying to keep on top of it with putting a bit of wax, shoe polish wax on it, clear wax, probably every week, every 2 weeks, just to keep it supple so it doesn't crack. But no, it's great. It's comfortable. The foam is good. You know, I can ride on this seat for 150 miles and it feels fine, because it's frame mounted and I haven't got any springs. It's a little bit of a hard ride occasionally, but I'm kind of okay with that. That's fine, it's not a problem. If I can see potholes and a bit of rough coming up, I'll just, you know, stand up on the seat and ride through them or avoid them. Nice little bit of cheeky beeping. Probably beeping because my arse crack is hanging out. I've worn the shortest t-shirt I think I possibly can. I've got a bit of what we call builder's bum going on. So the other thing that I've done is change up the suspension and put on the progressives. I can't remember what the number was, to be perfectly honest. And I think my thoughts on the progressives are, I mean, it needed to be done, right, because it lowers the bike. They're black, which kind of ties into the look of what I wanted. A lot of people kind of talked about them as if they were transformational and they made the suspension so much better, and I've, to be honest, not really found that. I would say they're probably about as good as stock, and given that they're about an inch lower, maybe that's a pretty good thing. But I've not been blown away by them. But I'd still get them again just because they're black, to be honest, and they look a lot better, and it just lowers that profile down. Oh, this road is awful. It's like it's been war-torn. So the drag bars are good. I'm really liking them. I was really worried that having drag bars on the 48 without a riser would be too low and it would kind of crush me, and I read a lot of places that with the forward controls and the drag bars it was too much. I've not found it any problem at all. Maybe it's because I'm 6'1", so I'm about just above average height, and it's not a problem. I mean, I can ride this bike 150 miles in a day and my back is absolutely fine. So here we are, Harley Davidson, Oxford. Let's go and see what we've got. There we go. I think that's one of the best things about Harleys, is meeting some great people, having some great chats about bikes. Fantastic. Coming up to 1:15. I think it's going to be time to head back. So just been speaking with one of the guys that work at the Harley shop. He's given me a pretty cool idea. On the pipe where I've got a bit of wrapping here that's torn, I'm going to put a titanium plate on the bottom so that if I catch it again it's going to protect it, but it also just spark it up a little bit, which I think could look pretty good. So I need to find a little bit of titanium plating. I can hammer that out and attach it. I think that could look pretty awesome. I was thinking actually, so what I've started doing is sticking my heel like this down in between the brake peg, or the brake pedal and the peg, so that my heel hits the ground before the exhaust scuffs and hits the floor, and that works really well. But of course it's wearing my boot down, so I can do the same thing there on the back of my heel, stick a bit of titanium plating on the heel so I can get a bit of sparkage. Okay, so national speed limit coming up. Let's do a rolling 0 to 60 just to have a look at the acceleration on this. So here we go. Let's drop it right down. And 3, 2, 1. Shabby for a tractor.